Carter with leading actress Randy Godofsky on Fiddler on the Roof.
I'm here with Randy Godofsky, starring in Fiddler on the Roof. How did you get involved with Brett Burra Players?
Well, I was reading an article in the newspaper and was talking about community theater auditions, and I wasn't doing anything at the time, so I decided, very spur of the moment, it was a Sunday night, and it was about 6 o'clock, auditions were at 7, I said, why not? And I went and I auditioned, and I got the part.
What exactly is community theater?
Community theater is interesting. I've done a lot of high school theater, and this is the first time I've ever worked with adults and people who just, doctors and lawyers, and we had so many different people. Our lead role is a judge, a circuit court judge, and it's basically theater for people who are interested in theater. You don't get paid, and it's because you want to be there.
What character do you play?
In the show Fiddler on the Roof, I'm playing the part of Seidel, which is the oldest daughter. The story is about a man who has 5 daughters, and he's trying to marry them all off, and I'm the first to get married, and it's this breaking of tradition. And that's basically what the story is about. And my character, this is the first time I played a young girl who's very close to my character and personality. And it's a very difficult role to play, but I've really enjoyed it. It's been a challenge.
Is it different working with adults than kids your own age?
Oh, definitely. A lot of it is a lot more professionalism, yet on the other hand, there's a lot of times where I just get very frustrated because I have done a lot of theater, and some of these adults, it's a whim, and it's the first time they're on stage. And so it's very difficult because you never know what personalities you're going to have to work with and what conflicts, and you have to really be able to adjust and adapt, because being one of the youngest people in the play, you have to be the one to say, okay, I'll step back and whatever you say is right, and I'll go for it. And it's hard. It's very hard.
Do you feel you're getting more professional?
Oh, definitely. The experience has been wonderful. It's really done a lot for me. It's broadened my views, and it's given me a chance to work with different people and see what I could do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now here's an excerpt from Fiddler on the Roof, the famous tradition.
Tradition, and because of our tradition, every